The Big Pine South Fork Trail is one of our favorite hikes, and the views from the balcony of the Palisade Range are always amazing, even despite the fact that we have done this route now multiple times. The crossing of the Big Pine South Fork Creek can be difficult in the early season, but was no problem in the early summer of 2026. Our preferred crossing is a wet crossing a few hundred yards upstream where the official trail meets the creek. Otherwise, the trail is easy but long and can get quite hot later in the day. The distance was 10.2 kilometers or 6.4 miles from the backpackers parking lot to Brainerd Lake. The elevation gain was 950 meters or 3,100 feet. Our favorite campsites are on the left side of the Brainerd Lake, which require a bit of bushwalking, but also give you more solitude. On our next day, we did a short excursion trip to one of the lakes above Brainerd Lake. The official trail ends at Brainerd Lake, and this was basically some easy maximum class 2 rock scrambling to a ridgeline and then following the ridgeline to a scenic lake with great views of the Thumb, Disappointment Peak, and Middle Palisade. The round-trip distance was 3 kilometers or 1.9 miles, and the elevation gain and loss was 200 meters or 660 feet. We also hiked up to Finger Lake and a rocky lake above Finger Lake. Since this is the route to climb Middle Palisade and surrounding mountains, there is at least a faint trail starting from Brainerd Lake to Finger Lake, never really exceeding class 2 hiking. The views are fantastic as you get closer to the high mountains of the Palisade Range. The round-trip distance was 4.6 kilometers or 2.9 miles, and the elevation gain and loss was 350 meters or 1,200 feet. On our fifth day, we hiked out, basically retracing our steps. The trip distance was 9 kilometers or 5.6 miles, and the elevation loss was 900 meters or 3,000 feet. As most hikers and backpackers choose the North Fork Trail, which is of course also an amazing trip, especially if you combine it with a trip up to Glacier View, the South Fork remains one of our favorite backpacking trips in the Eastern Sierra.